the Bills, once again, they haven't learned their lesson. Just like with OJ, they never learned their lesson. They traded their pick at 28 to the Chiefs so that the Chiefs can take, I don't know, the fastest 40-yard dasher of this draft? No. Of all time. Of all time. They said, hey, you want Xavier Worthy? You remember when you had this guy, what's his name? Tyreek Hill. Remember how fast he was? Here's another guy who might be faster than him. Here you go. Palm of your hand. You can have this pick. They go out and take Xavier Worthy, who I think is going to be a home run pick for the Chiefs. And then the Bills trade back and they take Keon Coleman. Xavier Worthy, Keon Coleman. Who passes the name test? The fastest player in the 40-yard dash ever, or Keon Coleman? So, how do I feel about the Chiefs and Bills trade? You tell me. Chiefs, fastest player ever. Last time they had the fastest player ever. What happened? Oh, yeah. Tyreek Hill. And now Keon Coleman.
It's also called don't shit where you sleep. Like, honestly, because one thing is true is that the Bills and the media will always try and put the Bills in the same conversation as the Chiefs. The Bills are trying to overcome the Chiefs. The one thing you don't want to do is help the Chiefs. Like, at this point, what are you doing? Because not only do you need one receiver, you still need a 2. You still need a 3, and you still need a bona fide 1. You have 2 good tight ends now with Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox, so that gives you some wiggle room to maybe only have 2 good receivers on the field. Then you have those guys like the Shaker on the field. However, when you are the Buffalo Bills going through a national tragedy, which is the death of O.J. Simpson, and you still refuse to put a monument up, and then also last time you traded with the Chiefs, they got Patrick Mahomes because of it, and now you're giving them the next potentially Tyreek Hill, or at least someone who's really fast that Andy Reid can drop a bunch of plays for, because who else did they get this year? Hollywood Brown, pretty fast receiver. Who else do they still have? Rashee Rice. And suddenly, the NFL world has woken up, and they're like, oh, the Chiefs were rebuilding the last 2 years that they won the Super Bowl, and now they have potentially the best offensive weapons they have ever had. Ever. That's with Tyreek Hill, but it was just Tyreek Hill and just Travis Kelce. And then you had your McCole Hardmans who would do like fuck all when it mattered. And then they didn't have a running game, but wait, we have Pacheco now. Now we have the fastest wide receiver in combine history. We have Hollywood Brown, who can be an absolute dog if he's your third option, because Rashee Rice and Travis Kelce are your 1 and your 2. Oh, yeah, they still have Chris Jones. They still have Andy Reid. They still have Patrick Mahomes. So not only were the Chiefs the most vulnerable they have ever been the past 2 years, but the Buffalo Bills made them the most dangerous they have ever been.
And this is where it gets to rivalries, right? The Red Sox and Yankees. How often do they make trades? Not very often. Why? Because they fucking hate each other. Because for a large portion of the history, the Red Sox got shit on by the Yankees every single chance they could.
Yeah.
The Dodgers and Giants, for a large portion of the history, was the Dodgers owning the Giants. So you know who didn't make many trades with the Dodgers? The fucking Giants. Yeah. Now in this situation, you have the Bills, who have had the 13-second game. They had the missed field goal. They've had nothing but heartbreak. They had a blowout in the AFC title game as well. You want to talk about a team that has torn out the spirit and soul of Buffalo, New York? It is the Kansas City Chiefs. Of any team that you want to compare them to, or if you want to compare, try to find a combo of teams that have broken one team's heart as many times as the Chiefs have broken the Bills. There isn't any team in the NFL.
Yeah.
So you at 28, who, by the way, need a wide receiver because you lost this guy. Maybe you've heard of him, Stephon Diggs. He's out the door. You also lost Gabe Davis. Coin toss Gabe. You lost him. And now your number 1 receiver is Khalil Shakir. Doesn't pass the name test for a number 1 receiver. And you have this guy at number 28, Xavier Worthy. what do we know about Xavier Worthy? Oh, yeah, the fastest guy in combine history. You think maybe Josh Allen could have used Xavier Worthy? You think maybe he would have liked him at number 28?
Yeah.
No, the Bills needed another 2 picks so that they could draft another wide receiver, and now they have Keon Coleman. So the point of this whole take is don't make trades with the Chiefs. The last time they got the greatest quarterback of this generation, and now they have this guy who I think is going to probably pan out because he's with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. Don't make trades with the devil. You don't do it.
Yeah.
If you're the Bills, the Chiefs are the devil.
Yeah. The Chiefs are the devil, and it's like, did the Celtics and the Pistons ever make trades in the 80s and 90s? No. Did the Knicks make trades with the Chicago Bulls when Michael Jordan was kicking their ass? No, they didn't. Do the Steelers and Ravens even pick up the phone? Probably not. Just to laugh at each other, maybe. But yeah, this is awful for the Bills. And I don't know, when you're in a division where the Miami Dolphins, okay, they lose Christian Wilkins, but they use that money to, I don't know, fill every hole on their defense. Now you're drafting an edge named Chop Robinson? You want to talk about a guy that passes the name test? How about Chop Robinson?
He chops.
He chops, and he's about to chop down Josh Allen, because who the hell is this guy going to throw to? If Aaron Rodgers is there, and if Drake May plays well, and if one of the receivers for the Patriots is actually good, the Patriots actually have a shot to potentially be better than the Bills, because you can't have, how many heartbreaking losses can you have with one head coach, with Sean McDermott? We've been banging the drum talking about Sean McDermott 4-5 years ago, where I was like, just watching the Bills play, I'm like, I don't think this guy can actually make in-game adjustments. And I don't think this guy's actually the motivational coach or the brain everyone says he can be. I think he can turn around a franchise, but he was more of a Brad Stevens than he is a Ime Udoka, where he's going to just walk up to the ownership and be like, yeah, I'm here to fuck. That's not Sean McDermott.
No, and I mean, at this point, I feel like the way he's going to motivate this team is calling homage to an old Bill star and showing up in a white Bronco with God knows what behind him.
Yeah.
Somebody look out for Sean McDermott's wife. That's all I'm going to say. But again, I'm going to reiterate this again. Do not make deals with the devil. And they did. So the Bills, anything that happens to the Bills in the next year or two is deserved because of shit like this.